welcome you to a special 20th anniversary screening of a remastered cut of amusement films called classic, It's a Haunted Happenin'. I am not only your host for this evening, but I am one of the actors in the film. Little did I know that 21 plus years ago, when I answered a casting call in Backstage, that it would be the beginning of a 20 plus year friendship with Pat Bichelle. Pat is the man, the right Pat. I want to just call out some of the people in the credits here. And if you're here, stand up and give everyone a wave. Of course, we know Pat, and I'm going to bring Pat up in just a second to talk about the film. And it was written by Pat and John Sanborn. Okay, and produced by Mr. Owen Cooper. Cinematography by Travis Cray and Cameron Mumford. Alright, they also did the sound there. Art direction, Doug Rusin. It's a Haunted Happening. Come on down! Check this out! Yeah, so there's a whole new soundtrack. For those of you who've seen it before, there's a whole new soundtrack. And those of you who've never seen it, if you're like, their lips don't quite line up exactly because it's a whole new soundtrack. So, I know, I've seen some of the clips. So Pat was able to sort of, for some of the songs that we had recorded, and initially we lip synced, and Pat asked me back to record 2 new songs. I used to be a singer back in the day for the soundtrack, and I was like, how are you going to do this, Pat? He was like, magic, just you wait and see. So
I have to shout out, it was my son who did it. My son rewrote the song. I told him, like he did things like if the melody, the original song, if the melody went up, he went down, that kind of stuff, so we couldn't get sued per se. But we had to keep some similar words so we could match it up and stuff like that. You'll see.
So you said that this is your favorite film of the ones that you've done. Yeah. Why?
It's my childhood. It's stuff that I loved as a kid, and it's obviously you'll see it as very nostalgic, and it's just like I say, it's the whole time about aging and stuff. And my little favorite aging thing I like to say is, all the actors are now older than I was when I made it, and trust me, they
no way.
All older than I was. And to make it worse, what you're saying with Declan, he is now older than you guys were.
I mean, that makes sense if I think of how old Declan was when we did it. Yeah. I mean, I was like 23 or something when we made this movie. You're like, stop it!
Let's not get stuck on age.
So what, if anything, has surprised you about the reception that this movie has had over the years?
Oh, it was actually very well received, and it was like played at festivals and stuff. It didn't, because that you could use the unlicensed soundtrack. And I have to say, my favorite review was from Be Independent Cinema, where they said it was a Saturday morning candy-coated fever dream, which I think really does sum it up. So keep that in mind.
And I have to say, I posted about it on my Facebook page, and somebody who follows me in Georgia was like, I love that movie. I saw that movie at a film festival years ago. And I was like, really? Like, yes, it's a Haunted Happenin'. So it's the movie's out there.
Yeah. And I just kind of want to lower everybody's expectations. When she said remastered, take that with a grain of salt, because like kids have like 4K on their phones now, and like basically what I said about this is like it used to look like someone dumped milk on it, so it looks like we got the milk off. And they ran a little test just now, and I was like, some of the milk looks like it's still there. But, it's back in the day, they had different technology, so take that with a grain of salt. And if I can also say, like we trimmed it, we cut it down, which I think you might be surprised. We cut a lot out, and so some plot lines got lost. And I remember saying to John, who helped cut it with me, I said, I don't know, will the plot make sense? And I was like, well, did it really ever make sense? It's more of a vibe than a story, than a plot-driven thing. And you'll get it.
I remember filming this movie and showing up to this, audition, like every other audition, and showing up to film, and I was like, what is happening? And it just turned into like this really wonderful, amazing experience. And everyone, all of us who were in the cast, we all got along really got along really well. We had so much fun. I remember production got shut down because of 9/11. And then, we had to regroup and come back, and everyone was still dedicated to the project. But it was just this really fun, infectious, delightful thing, and I love to see that it has a second life.
No, I really want to thank the guys. A lot of the guys that did the music are here tonight. I really want to thank you guys for that. It was amazing. And, thank you, Carla, for coming back and singing. I think you always wanted to sing the song originally. So that was great that ended up working out. And I don't know, just everybody have fun. It's a fun little goof of nostalgia. Like I say, we're all getting older, and Godspeed on that.
I love that. Look at that. I had told, yeah, Godspeed. Round of applause. There you go. I had told my husband the same thing. I was like, it's tongue-in-cheek. My performance is tongue-in-cheek. Just keep that in mind. He was like, okay. All right, so.
And thank you, and I guess, Carolyn, we're ready to run the film.
All right, without further ado, everyone, please enjoy. It's a haunted happening.